Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How you feeling? We are back testing. We're back testing. Really want to test myself today and see how I'm gonna do today. Then I'll decide whether I am fully back or not. Good morning. Good morning. How you feeling? Let me put my I'm live now. Let me put my how you feeling? Latest immigration news. Actually, we're not doing immigration news. We are just taking questions. If you have a question, put it in the comment. Then we're gonna comment on some news. I'm trying to tell people on IG that I'm live. Let's see how I can do it. Can you hear me? Good morning. How are you, Music TV Sour? How you feeling this lovely morning? Y- Yeah, I'm trying to tell people that I'm live. Try to tell people on IG that I'm live. How you feeling? If you have a question, just put it in the comment so we can just start answering questions as we are basically commenting. Um, we're basically commenting, right? I'm trying to tell people on IG. Okay. Yeah. So how are you? How you feeling? You have a question? Anything going on? Let me know in the comments so we can get started. Good morning, Schmidt Petit Bondi. How are you? How you feeling? Uh, Let me see what we have here first of all. Um, oh, you feeling good? Good, good. Nice to hear that. Good. Nice to hear that. Yeah, we want to take questions. If you have questions, just please put it in the comment. Then we're going to talk about what's really going on. Let me share my screen just in case we can talk about possible latest immigration news, right? Yeah, so this one, it's kind of scary, right? It says here, yeah, Trump administration launches new self-deportation app. Uh, Basically, they want you to self-deport. Uh, it says that the Trump administration rolled out a new app on Monday that will allow immigrants in the United States illegally to self-deport rather than face possible arrest and detention. It says that the CBP Home app gives aliens the option to leave now and self-deport so they might still have the opportunity to return legally in the future and living the American dream. If you don't, we will find them, we will deport them, and they will never return. Okay, so that's, yeah, self-deportation. Let me stop here first of all. I must stop there, right? I did stop. Yeah, self-deportation. Basically, you deport yourself. Now, first of all, if you self-deport, and you put your things in the system, automatically you have a 10 years bar. Order of removal, 10 years bar. Self-deportation, 10 years bar. Yeah, it's the same thing. Might as well just, yeah, if I'm in that position, I'm just gonna let them deport me because I'm not gonna self-deport to face the same 10-year ban. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't do that. I cannot do that. Says, good morning. I have a question. Waiting on a green card, but I got my social security card stolen. How can I get a replacement of the physical card? The social security, you have to go to the social security department and report that you lost the social security. Then they can issue a new one. You just have to go to yeah, just find the social security office in your county where you reside, and then just go there physically. Yeah, and apply for a new one. That's it. I got a friend, he got interview scheduled with USCIS. But if the person filed themselves, so at this point, they filed their own petition, so it looks like they can do things by themselves, right? So I don't think at this point, it looks like they can do things by themselves if they file themselves. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if they file by themselves, maybe they should just go by themselves because they file their own stuff. But if they file with a lawyer, then the lawyer should go with them to the interview, right? Because they pay them. That's just how it works. Unless unless the lawyer told them that in order for me to appear on the interview, you have to pay me again, right? So it's all in the agreement. Depending on like the agreement. So yeah. Yeah, the Trump administration, this is the first news, right? The Trump administration came up with a self-deportation app. Basically, you want to go by yourself, you just put your information in the system and you say, I'm leaving, then I'm going to try to come back again. But remember, the law doesn't change. If you live like that after being here unlawfully present for more than 1 year, you face the 10 years bar. That's it. It doesn't matter if you deport, unless it's a volunteer departure. There's a difference between self-deportation and volunteer departure. Volunteer departure is when a judge offers you volunteer departure, and then you leave within the time that they say that you have to leave within this time, then you leave. That's a volunteer departure. That one will allow you to come back again without facing the possible bar, the 10 years bar. But if you self-deport after staying here for more than 1 year unlawfully present, you are still going to face the 10 years bar, regardless of whether you put your name in the system or not with this new app. That's the first news, right? We're still commenting on the first news. I want to move on to the second news. Um, The second news. Let me click here. If you have question, meanwhile, just put it in the comment, okay? Okay, the second news is this. Let me share my screen so you will see what I'm talking about. Good morning. Good morning, Timothy. How are you? Yeah, let me share my screen, then I can discuss. Let me share my screen. Let's see. If you don't renew your green card, then you don't you it's almost like abandonment, right? You have to have your green card renew. If you don't renew it, it's almost abandonment, because how are you going to work? In order to work, you have to either have a work permit or have a green card. You have to have something that authorizes you to work, right? So if you don't renew your green card, what's going to happen to you is like basically it's considered abandonment of residency. And how are you going to work when they ask you for work documentations, right? So that will be abandonment. And as a matter of fact, that can lead to deportation too. Good morning, Bishop. Good morning. How are you? How are you feeling? I'm testing myself today, right? I'm trying to see if this live session is gonna go well. Testing myself to see if I'm fully back. Yeah, if I'm fully back, that'd be great. If I'm not fully back, then we'll wait again. So I'm testing myself. The human parole was actually activated. Which human parole? Which humanitarian parole are you talking about? For what country? Lord, no. Loyal, no, no. They're gonna take the fingerprint when you do biometric. That's what biometric actually means, right? They have to take the fingerprint. So yeah, they have to take the fingerprint. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. But crime involving moral turpitude, it can be waived. Remember, there's a waiver for it. You can apply for a waiver if the green card is denied. You can apply for a waiver. You have to show extreme hardship to your qualifying relative. Yeah, there's a waiver. There's always a waiver for it. Yeah, you just have to meet the requirements for the waiver and be able to convince USCIS. That's it. But if you don't do that, you might find yourself in removal proceedings. That gets even worse, right? In this climate, right? Good morning, please. If my US citizen spouse filed for me through spouse, I don't think the K3 will be faster than the I-130. I don't think so. It used to, but I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, you can try, but I don't think that will be faster, because if the I-130 has already been approved and your case has already been transferred to consular processing, because the I-130 is filed here. in the US. And then after the approval, if the person is outside, then it gets transferred to consular processing. Um, then you wait for the interview. So in the middle of that, you want to change and try to apply for key 3 to bypass the process. First of all, it's not going to do it because they're going to see in the system that I-130 has been already approved or has been already filed. Now it becomes a matter of, do you want to bypass the visa process? It doesn't work. Like most of the time, it's just not going to work. Okay. I mean, it can't prevent you from doing if that's what you're trying to do, right? But just, yeah, just what I feel about it, the way they process cases, I don't think it's going to work. Venezuela, if Venezuela was, the TPS was, I don't know about Venezuela TPS was canceled, and then the file, I believe there's a lawsuit pending. Humanitarian parole too was canceled for all those 4 countries. I don't know if it has been activated. Haven't heard anything about that. Let's check. Yeah, since they ended it in yeah, there's no, it's canceled. TPS, humanitarian parole for Venezuela, is canceled. There was a lawsuit pending. I don't know the outcome of it, but it is canceled. Okay. This if someone traveled to another country and comes back, can she get another I-95 or not? Why would the person get another I-95? That's the question. Why would they? They're traveling, they have their green card, they're going out, they're coming back. They just show their green card. They don't get a new. Yeah, I don't think it happens like that. Yeah, I don't think it happens like that. Unless the person, let's say the person has TPS, they leave the country so they can make the lawful entry, TPS travel document, of course, right? They leave so they can make the lawful entry, parole entry. Then they issue them a new I-94. No, I don't know about I-95. Um, how far? I-130 is it's been pending. If I-130 is pending, it's taking sometimes now, you know. I-130 is taking sometimes. If I-130 is, you just file, give it at least a full year. You might hear from them sooner, but you have to give them a minimum of 1 year after filing. Okay. If it happened to you for our case, it's because maybe they have the new, they already had a fingerprint taken. Remember? Because they always have to take biometric. If they don't take it, it's because they're gonna use the old one. They're just gonna run the old one in the system. Peter Luma. I thought it fits the case. I really don't think so. I haven't come across like an experience like that. I mean, you know, if you can try, you can always try. But what I'm saying is that the moment the I-130 is pending in the system, you come up and file something, they already know that you're trying to bypass the visa process. Most of the time, it's just not going to work. That's the same thing when somebody has I-130 in the system and they try to get a visitor visa or F1 visa, it always almost gets denied. You see? But, you know, in every rule, there are exceptions. You can always try. Yeah, you can always try. Yeah, if it's in the system, when you file for K3, that's when they know you're trying to bypass visa process. But you know what? You can always try. That lady, they only take the picture, not the fingerprint. Yeah, it could be because they already have the fingerprint, old fingerprint in the system. They're just gonna reuse it. Yeah, because they cannot give a benefit without fingerprint. So if you see somebody, if they don't take a fingerprint, it's because they have fingerprint in the system and they're gonna reuse it. That's it. They're gonna run the same thing again. Got a waiver. Yeah, if you apply for nationality within 5 years of that, it's going to be denied, and you're going to find yourself in removal proceedings. Uh, but it doesn't mean you're going to be deported because you're still going to fight for the green card, which the green card can the C crime of more involving more turpitude can be waived, right? So then you can fight for the green card in court, and then with the waiver, and then uh, eventually, if it get approved, then you can stay with your green card. But try to apply for nationality within that 5 years of committing a crime involved. It's just going to get denied. Period. It's just going to get denied. There's no way around it. It's just going to get denied because of lacking good moral and character. Yeah. So the thing is, if you're trying to apply for a citizenship, maybe you should wait until the yeah, until the 5 years preceding the application lapse. You know what I mean? Yeah. Thanks for the information. You're welcome. You're welcome. It is in the MVC level or the interview date that one can change an error in the filing made in the I-130 form. Or you can amend your application anytime until the day of the interview. Uh, Either the day of the interview can amend it, or before the interview. So you have all the time until the day of the interview. Bijoux, are you a specialist in appeal cases? The way I work with appeal, it has to be my case from the beginning, because in order to appeal, you only have 30 days, right? But if, let's say, I'm the one who represented the client in removal proceedings, I know the asylum case. I'm talking about appealing asylum decision with the BIA. Let's just go with appealing asylum with the BIA, okay? Or you're in removal, you want to appeal. So it has to be my client from the beginning appealing a decision, because I already know the case, I already know the story. I'm the one who defended the person, so I know my defense. So if I get a decision that is not what I want, then I can file an appeal because I already know the case. But if you already went and got denied asylum, then come to me to file appeal, I'm not going to take the case because I don't have that much time to work on the case. But if it's an appeal for USCIS, basically, let's say green card get denied, then we have to appeal filing the form I-290B. That's, yes, I can take it. Okay. Yeah. They cannot, I-1J and 1, they cannot renew the work permit because the case is dismissed. Because in order to renew the work permit, you have to have the basis for it, right? If you don't no longer have a case, you cannot renew the work permit. That's it. Some people, what they will do, they'll try to file a new um, asylum, but it's still gonna get denied because unless there's a new change of circumstances that you're trying to file a new asylum with USCIS. Other than that, the asylum is just gonna get denied. The second one, because they already adjudicated that, and it went all the way to court and got dismissed. You can't go back again to USCIS unless you have a brand new claim and you can prove the change of circumstances and stuff like that. Yeah, so the short answer is you cannot renew because you no longer have a claim. That's not okay. Yeah, that's not okay. That person has to basically fight for it. They have to figure out how they're gonna do, like they have to basically the way they're gonna, let's say they want to adjust status now, they have to come up with they have to adjust status but with argument, basically showing that I went on parole. When I came back, um, they didn't give me anything. Um, but are you talking about what I'm trying to understand here? If the person already came with a visa and they just travel on parole, that doesn't it doesn't matter because the first entry already was a visa. We're talking about the people who came without inspection and later on they really want to get the lawful entry for the purpose of adjusting status. Those people, usually it's TPS, travel document. They will go outside and come back. And when they come back, it's called parole in. Okay. Whether they give you nothing, you can still make an argument that you came back and you were parole in because they let you in. Um, but if the person already came, let's say the person came with a visitor visa, and then at some point they leave the country on parole and they came back, it doesn't matter whether they give them something or not because they came with a visa. They can still adjust status under marriage or something. Yeah, just send it to them. Just send to USCIS because the case is pending with USCIS. You know where the case is pending. Just usually even on the USCIS website, if it's if yeah, the best way to do it is just send a letter to USCIS with the new divorce decree, basically outlining what needs to be corrected or what was corrected. Basically, yeah, you can send it to USCIS because the case is pending. You can send it, or you can wait. I already answered this answer, right? You can amend the application anytime until the day of the interview. So now it's up to you. Do you want to send it now or do you just want to wait for the interview? I cannot tell you wait or not send. I can only tell you you have your right to amend the application anytime until the day of the interview. I guess we answered that question. Okay. If you have a removal order, yes, they can still. If you don't have removal order, I don't see why they should detain you unless you commit a crime, right? But now they're making mistakes, right? They're just detaining anybody. Even people who have cases administratively closed, they're detaining them. So, um, but the short answer is no, unless you have a removal order. If you have all the removal order, yes, they will detain. With loyal with USCIS, nobody knows how long it takes. Yeah. If you go on their website, they give you estimate, but yeah, you just wait. Yeah. BIA basically is discretionary. Um, they can still reopen a case sua sponte if you convince them that there is extraordinary circumstances that warrant the reopening of the case. Let's say, for example, someone is sick, like seriously sick, like cancer, for example, and they have to get treatment. And if they get the green card, if we reopen the case, then the chances are they'll get the green card, then they'll get better insurance, then they'll get treatment. Okay, those type of cases, the BIA is will be willing to reopen them. It's just basically their choice. It's basically their choice, but you have to convince them that there's extraordinary circumstances in that particular case that warrant a reopening of the case. Yeah, it takes a lot for BIA to reopen a case after the timeline has passed. Yeah. So that's the answer for that. Yeah, just spending. Yeah. What is it saying on processing time? Yeah. Sometimes it takes even 2 years. We have a case here in Baltimore. It took 3 years. Yeah, a man can be a viol victim. Um, Proof of police is not required, but it is helpful. Some people, when we apply, we only apply with the testimony, uh, medical report, um, stuff like that, and other document. If the person does not have a police report, it's not required, but it can be helpful. Okay. You just respond to what they're asking you. That basically when they ask additional document, they're serious. Everything they ask for, you have to send it to them because they're gonna make a decision based on that. If you don't send them what they're asking for, you're gonna get a denial. Hi, how are you? Long time. I'm back. I'm testing. Actually testing myself to see if I'm really back. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. If you apply now, new memo. Okay. Yeah, based on this new memo, it can still be denied. I haven't read the new memo, to be honest. I don't know what the new memo says about it. Does the new memo say that even old crime will get you denied? Because according to the requirement, the crime has to be within the 5 years preceding the application to be considered, um, you know, lacking good moral and character. Uh, and when it comes to naturalization, if it's an aggravated felony, even if it's waived, it's still going to be denied because aggravated felony simply means that this person will never be able to show good moral and character, no matter what. That's for aggravated felony. But if the crime is not considered aggravated felony, I don't know what's this new memo saying about the 5 years preceding the application. So I haven't heard the new memo yet. I can't really tell you exactly um, what you have to do, right? because I haven't heard the new memo yet. But if you schedule a consultation, then I will be required to read the new memo. Then I can explain you correctly, because I don't know what the new memo say. How much you charge? How much you charge? You need to email me. Yeah, you need to email me, because your case, we need to really do a consultation before we even apply. Because I can't apply without a proper consultation, because I don't want you to waste the money for the application and the attorney fees if we already know it's not going to work. So it's better to save up when you do the consultation, okay? Email me or send you the consultation link. Or you can click the consultation link on my description box. Thanks, man. You're welcome. You're welcome, Yolo. You're welcome. Work permit, I-1 Gen 1. Work permit, it doesn't matter which state you are. If you no longer have a case, the basis to renew a work permit, you will not renew it. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. They dismiss your case, it means you no longer have a case. There's no way to renew a work permit because there's no longer a case pending. That's for every nationwide, okay? As far as driver license is concerned, that I don't know. That's state by state. I know here in Baltimore, sometimes in Maryland, actually, because I have clients, I'm based here, right? DC, Virginia, Maryland. I know more about Maryland because I go to Maryland, Baltimore courts. Basically, in Maryland, the way it works is that they will ask you for sometimes without even a work permit, they'll give you a temporary driver license for 6 months. I don't know if they're still doing it, but they did it until 2023. They'll give you a temporary work permit for 6 months if you can show your tax records, taxes record that you're paying taxes, stuff like that. I don't know other states if it's even possible. Yeah, that you're gonna check with your state, your local driver license, DMV, okay? Your local driver license office. That's where you have to check. My asylum case was denied in 2004, so I don't see the question. Yeah, it's still taking years, but they said that they're not gonna take years anymore. Let's see, because I have one that is still pending. So they say they're not gonna take years, but yeah, let's see. Let's see. That's what they said. They said they're not gonna take too much time. Not good, but thank you. Yeah, that's unfortunately that's just how it goes. But as far as driver license, I suggest that you talk to your specific driver license office in your state. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of it. Yeah, that's the unfortunate. I wanted to talk about another news here. Do you have other news? Yeah, you know the guy who was arrested because of demonstration. Yeah, gotta be careful with that involvement. What else we have here? They reopen asylum cases. People usually reopen it if there is change of country conditions. Um, Reopen a case of asylum. Usually, that's how a motion to reopen based on change of country conditions. Um, you could have a case, but somebody has to, if you schedule, like say, consultation, we have to go through the detail of the case to know really if it's even if it's worth the try. Okay. So, but in general, the answer is a person can reopen a case based on change of country conditions when it comes to asylum. But at least it has a receipt date. It doesn't matter. It has a receipt date. You're welcome. You're welcome. What else we got here? We were supposed to be talking about the latest immigration news. But I'm glad you got questions that were answered. Um, yeah, I'm glad you have your question answered. Got it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, do you know about this guy who got arrested because of protesting? He's a green card holder. Um, he got arrested. This is crazy, right? This guy is a green card holder, but got arrested because of protest. I remember when I did my latest immigration news, I said that they said that if you appear, simple appearance of appear to be supporting terrorist group, then they're gonna revoke the visa if you're a student, place you in deportation if you're a green card holder. That's an example of that. Basically, the government claimed that this person appeared to be a supporter of terrorists. Okay, without, I don't know if they have proof, but yeah, because of his activities. But he's an activist. Okay, so his lawyers are fighting the fight for habeas corpus, which simply means that you have to bring the person to court. You have the body bring the person to court so the person can defend themselves. That's what's going on. See who come live. No, I don't. I don't. I'm just testing my voice. You know what I mean? Like my voice is my greatest asset. I have to test it if it's actually working, because that's the my livelihood, right? So, but I don't miss this. I don't miss this at all. That's why I'm like, I was supposed to be doing latest immigration news, but you guys coming with bunch of questions. Shadish Kadosh. I don't miss this at all. I'm just here testing my voice. That's all. Because I got really sick, like almost a month. Shadish Kadosh. You're funny. Thanks so much for your help. Yeah, you need to be sharing, Timothy. You need to be sharing my videos and referring people for consultation. If you are in removal proceedings, no. If you are in removal proceedings, the simple answer is no. But if you are in removal proceedings and happen to be a arriving alien, then yes. But that's complicated. That you can't just know all of the stuff like that. If you came with a visa and you happen to be in removal proceedings, the simple answer is no, you cannot. You're welcome. It was just okay. Okay. Your asylum is denied in California. If you file a motion to reopen with BIA, you when you file a motion to reopen, you file a motion to reopen where your case was last heard. If your case was last heard at the BIA level, that's where you file the motion to reopen, BIA. And the BIA, it's here in Virginia. I believe Church something Virginia. It's in Virginia anyway. That's where you send your motion to reopen. You mail it there, unless you have like ECAS, which is online filing, then you can file it online. No worries, we know that work. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. You're welcome. Always appreciate that. Can someone in removal proceeding ask? Yeah, this question is not complete. Yeah, your question is not to adjudicate to adjudicate what type of case, like green card case. Yeah, it's possible for someone in removal proceeding to ask the immigration judge, UNT visa? No, I don't think so, because U visa and T visa jurisdiction is with USCIS. I don't think so. Never came across that, but I don't think so, because jurisdiction is with USCIS. But the immigration judge can review it if it got denied. They can review the basis of the denial, just like they can review, when somebody got denied, they want to remove conditions on the green card. They filed the form I-751. It gets denied. They're in removal proceedings. The case gets referred to removal. Basically, they find themselves in removal proceeding. Then they have to defend themselves. That person too can ask the judge to review the basis of the denial of the I-751. Why it was denied, if it was really for good reason, and the judge can in fact even reverse the decision if they find that it was denied in error. Yeah. You're welcome. But as far as U visa is concerned, I don't think so. Yeah. Aggravated felony, is it considered in the charges? Does it say, are you asking if it's considered aggravated felony? It has to say it in your charges, like when you were convicted. If it says aggravated felony, yeah, don't even bother with the naturalization. It's just gonna get denied. If it's simple felony, then we have a room to work on it. But if it says aggravated felony, no, don't even bother for that. You're just gonna waste your money. Okay. Yeah, so that's how I'll advise on that one. Okay, I guess we got it right. What is the latest immigration news? The Trump administration, they came up with a self-deport app, telling people, oh, you can self-deport, put your information so you can leave. Because if you leave now, you can come back, which is not correct, because the moment you leave after being here for more than 1 year unlawfully present, the law is clear, you have a 10 years bar. So if they're telling people to leave so they come back, that's not correct. It's just misleading. If I'm in that position, what I'll do, I'm just gonna wait for them to deport me. Yeah, because it's almost like the same thing. The only thing that is better than anything, than order of removal, self-deportation, is volunteer departure. If the judge offers volunteer departure and the person departs within the time frame, then that person can come back, okay, without being barred for 10 years, or unless they have crimes or stuff like that. But other than that, that person can come back. But when it comes to self-deporting, going on your own, and then order of removal, it's almost the same thing. 10 years bar, that's it. So I mean, you can always try, but what I've noticed with green card, I-485, it's almost like they never expedite that one. But when it comes to I-130, the chances are they might expedite. Um, but you can always try. CPS order of removal. Yeah, in order to reopen a case, asylum case, you have, I guess the standard is change of circumstances. I mean, change of country conditions. Sorry, that's when people can reopen a case. I don't think so. Permanent bar happen when somebody comes unlawfully and then they leave, they get deported, and then they re-enter again unlawfully, and then they get deported. That's permanent bar. Um, Basically, after the person came you know, into without inspection, the first time they got arrested, get deported, then they came again, re-enter without inspection, got arrested, got deported. That's a permanent bar. But if a person came here, let's say with a visa, and unlawfully present for more than 1 year, then decided to leave, in order for the person to come back, it's basically a 10 years bar, because the person has stayed in the country for more than 1 year without being lawfully present, like unlawfully present. Yeah, that's a 10 years bar. It's almost like the bar that is attached to a regular order of removal. You know, like the order of removal, depending, like some people, if it's expedited removal, they have 5 years ban. If it's just like a regular order of removal, that's a 10 years ban. And then some people have 20 years, or maybe because of criminal and stuff like that. And then there's another one which is permanent bar. Try to re-enter again after the first entry without inspection. But if a person self-deport, that person will have a 10 years bar. Unless the person entered the first time without inspection, then they re-enter again the second time without inspection, and now they're trying to self-deport. That's permanent. So that's what they're saying, because that's what they're trying to implement. That's what they're trying to basically I mean, I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to come up with new policy. But as far as immigration law is concerned, that's not how it works. So I don't know if that the policy that they're trying to implement is already in effect. I didn't see it anywhere except for the app. So I am pretty much what I'm trying to understand from what they're trying to say basically is that they are trying to basically, this is like a technique of intimidation, you know what I mean? Because the government need a lot of money to deport people. They really need money. And they don't have it, trust me. They don't have that much money to deport 11 million persons, okay? So that's why they have to come up with a lot of strategy, like, oh, you need to self-deport, otherwise you'll be banned forever. You need to do this, otherwise you'll be banned forever. You have to know your case by case basis, because if you enter with inspection, there's no way you're gonna be banned forever. It's only 10 years bar, especially a person who enters with a visa and no crime, except for being here unlawfully present. There's no forever ban, because we've seen people who came, left, stayed outside for 10 years and came back. I've seen that before. But if they're trying to come up with a new policy, well, that would be challenging, to be honest with you. Guatemala, I don't know. I don't know anything about Guatemala. Yeah, you're gonna have to talk to people who live there. I really don't know anything about that. I've never been there. I don't have people who live there. So you're gonna have to talk to people who actually are living there to see how life is there. You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't have anybody that I personally know who lives there who can tell us how life is there, you know? I don't know that, I don't have that person. Where's the center of application Nebraska service? And yes, the new address I believe is in the Nebraska. You always have to go on internet and click and write direct filing of VAWA. It really shows you the correct address. You skip my question. Which question? The question about expedite request. I said you can try, but I've never seen a green card being expedited before. I've seen I-130 being expedited, but green card almost never. I've seen I-489 being expedited. I've seen I-130 being expedited, I-765, I-360, but the green card application expedited, we've tried, always get denied. But you can always try, you know, you know, everybody has their own luck. Spending asylum period unlawful presence, yes, it's considered unlawful presence, yes. For the purpose of adjusting status under employment base, yes, it's considered unlawful presence. And in general, right? But when people adjust under marriage, then, you know, it's automatically forgiven because of family unity. Yeah. I guess we got everybody covered. 1 hour. Wow. Okay. So we tested our voice. It looks like we're doing well. We're going to rest it again because we don't want to burn out. We're going to rest it again. Latest immigration news. Just follow us. We'll keep you updated with the most relevant to us immigration news. Mostly relevant means when it affects like everyday people, especially if mass deportation and stuff like that. Those are the relevant news. Anything relevant, even if I don't come live, I will break the news on my IG story. I'll break the news on TikTok. I'll do it here as a video. Yeah, so just keep following us, supporting us, sharing. If anybody need the consultation, again, you can always schedule it. Consultation link is in the description box. You don't need to call me, just schedule it. Because some people be calling me, they're like, oh, I have one question. I'm like, no, I don't do one question. It's either you schedule a consultation or you wait until I come here live. That's it. So if you need a consultation, just schedule it, okay? If you're adjusting, yeah, yes, you were unlawfully present during your asylum claim. But if you're adjusting a green card based on asylum granting, I don't think that will matter anyway. Most people get their green card regardless, unless unless they have crimes. That's the only thing that will prevent you from getting a green card. Crimes that's not waivable. If there's not crimes, there's nothing. Yeah, most of the time you get it. Okay, based on asylum, most of the time you get it. Uh, but I don't think the question reads like that. The way you asking that question, I don't think the question reads like that. They usually ask unlawful presence for the people. I believe after, unless this new form, right? I haven't checked the new form yet, but anyway, so if that the simple answer is yes, unlawfully present because the asylum was pending. I guess that's why that's why they're actually suing them for this new form, because it looks like this new form is tricky. Try to trick people. I haven't applied for anybody under this new form yet, so I don't even know what it says. Yeah, I don't know what it says. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't applied for anybody under this new form. We're still dealing with pending application with old form. So I don't really know what this new form says until somebody comes for the application. But if the question reads like that, of course the answer should be yes, because I was unlawfully present when the case was pending with asylum. But when it comes to asylum being granted green card being granted based on asylum pending, I've never seen a person being denied. The only people who get denied the green card based on asylum granted are the people who have criminal records that cannot be waived. Yeah, most of the people just get it granted. It's pretty straightforward, unless there's misrepresentation, stuff like that. It's just not fair for American citizens married to certain immigrant. Yeah, under this administration, to be honest with you, HI Gen 1, nothing's fair. Nobody likes it. I don't like it either for my client. Thankfully, my client was still fighting for stay of removal. Even the one that have been ordered removed, they're still in the country. Under my watch, none of my clients has been physically deported. That's my prayer. We will fight for stay of removal. We'll fight for at least get order of supervision, or dismiss the case. Yeah, we are really fighting. Under my watch, none of my clients has been physically deported. Yeah, so even those who have been ordered removed 20 years ago, none of them have been physically deported. And that's my prayer until the end of this administration. It's hard because they will call you, they're scared, stuff like that, but I'm there to support and doing everything in my power to support. So nobody likes this climate, really. Under this administration, nobody likes it. It doesn't even help American because most of farmers are not going to the job and things are going pricey, becoming expensive. So nobody likes this climate. To be honest, nobody likes it. I don't see anybody really happy about it. Even the people who voted for Trump, they're so upset. Yeah, nobody likes it. I don't like it. So, hi, Julieta Alvarez. Julieta, have you been long time? I haven't seen you here. How you feeling? Julieta, how you feeling? Nice profile picture. I haven't seen you. You do you have a question? We're trying to wrap up. If you have a question, just drop it in the comments so we can wrap up. We've been here for 1 hour already. So yeah, I haven't seen you. You're welcome. So if you have a question, just please drop it in the comment because we're trying to wrap up. Yeah, he's from I believe the guy is from Palestine. The guy who was arrested, he's from Palestine, I believe. Um, he's still in detention, but basically they're still fighting. He's not going to be deported. That's what I'm thinking, all right? But they're still fighting. And to be honest, the reason they arrested him because they believe that he appeared to be supporting um, the terrorists. And then it says here that the Secretary of State if the Secretary of State has reason to believe that your presence or activities in the United States will have potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the US, you'll be deported. If they just have a reason to believe that your activities or your presence, can you imagine, in the United States will have potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences for the US? You'll be deported. So that's the reason they placed him in removal under this immigration law. Yeah. So yeah, it's really crazy nowadays. And they're revoking a lot of student visa based on that too. You know what I mean? Based on that provision. It's the provision is so unclear, so broadly defined. If your presence, like a presence of a person can potentially cause, yeah, anyway, I can't even get into it. But what I'm saying is that if you are involved in some type of activities, you have to be careful what type. If it's political charge activities, you find yourself in trouble. By the time you start defending yourself, it might be too late, you know. Gotta be careful what type of activities. I-130 ascend on January and DACA pending. Do I have still need to register? I have an A number when I apply for Biden parole and got fingerprint. You got fingerprinted, okay. The way this registration reads, to be honest, even I don't understand it correctly, but the way it reads, the way I put it simply is that if a person has never been fingerprinted, that person must register. Yeah, but if you've been fingerprinted before, then I don't. Did you actually? Have you ever been placed in removal before? If you've been placed in removal before, then you don't need to register. Yeah. Oh, you've never been placed to removal before. But the way the policy reads, to be honest with you, it looks like if you've never been fingerprinted, okay, that's when you can you have to comply with the requirement, okay? Because it says who must register. It says if you fell into, basically, who must register? All alien 14 years of age or older who were not registered and fingerprinted, okay, when applying for a visa to enter the United States, who remain in the United States for 30 days or longer. They must apply before the expiration of those 30 days. Okay, then they say the parent or legal guardian of alien less than 14 years old of age. Let me read it from another place, because on another place it's kind of clear how they're explaining it. Yeah, let me just give me one and read it from another place. Yeah, the person who doesn't register, they're gonna face a penalty of $5,000 and jail for 180 days, 6 months. So who need to register? Okay, all non-citizens above the age of 14 who remain in the United States for 30 days or longer. Okay, and then they say with some exception. Let's see the exception. What is the proof that the person has been registered? If you have a form I-94, arrival, departure record, then you've been registered. If you have the form I-95 for crewmen, then you've been registered. If you have a form I-184, I-85, I-186, permanent residency, employment authorization, I-862, that's notice to appear, I-186. Yeah. Oh, I think I talked too much. I need to stop here. Yeah, it's kind of a little complicated. I have to read it again, then I can make a summary of it. But to me, looks like if a person has never been fingerprinted, they have to register. So it sounds like he needs asylum from right? Got fingerprinted for body part. Yeah, Julia Alvarez. It looks a little bit confusing. I have to read it again to make sure that it's I give a proper answer to it. Yeah. How are you doing? Good until now. I think I overtalk. I need to stop now. How are you doing? Is there any changes on IAW? I don't know. You're gonna have to just go on the website and check the 864W and see if there's any changes on that. But I haven't used this for a very long time, so I have no clue. Anyway, this is it for today. I guess my voice is, I guess I overtalk. I was testing it toward the end. It looks like, I can't play with that. So thank you very much. Please share, please like. If you need a consultation, again, consultation link is in the bio. Until next time, bye-bye.